I don't know why my lower third is in the Android Faithful style. I'm guessing because it's Tuesday and Ron went in there and switched it in advance. But I like it. I like it. Why not? Go Android Faithful. This is what I would look like were I to appear on Android Faithful. What's up with you? I suppose you're wondering why I streamed today. Well, it's to talk about my fantasy baseball team. No, actually not at all because of that. I should do a quick run through of what's going to be on the show for... Oh, I haven't written the tease on this episode of DTNS. Good afternoon, Technomensch. Is VR at work bad for you? Safety guy. VR at work could be bad for you. Authors are very cross with AI. On this episode of DTNS, VR at work could be bad for you. Authors are very cross with AI, and despite that, NVIDIA launches a more powerful chip to bring down the cost of AI. Hey, Steve. What's going on? This is the Daily Tech News for August 8th. Sarah Lane, Roger Tang. Netflix just released an iOS app that says it will let you play Netflix video games on the TV, son. Let's get to the rest of the quick hits. Okay, Asia reports that Apple, Samsung, Intel, and NVIDIA will all invest in SoftBank Group's British chip design unit ARM. And change that to UK. Next month, ARM is expected to announce a $60 billion IPO on the US NASDAQ Stock Exchange. Participating chip makers will each get a few percent at the launch of the IPO, becoming medium to long-term shareholders, which should stabilize the stock price once it's listed. And the chip makers will then have at least some sway over ARM's management going forward. Aha! TSMC announced it has agreed to build its first chip factory in Europe in Dresden, Germany. TSMC will receive government investment in the plant, subject to EU approval, which is expected. Bosch, Infineon, and NXP will also own 10% of the plant in a joint venture. This comes a week after approval for an Intel plant to be built in Germany as well, with production expected to begin in 2027. Some analysts believe TSMC may face a shortage of skilled workers in Germany, as it has in the US, where it had to delay its Arizona-based plant as it continues to look for qualified workers. Hey, Fred. Hey, Clinton. Good to see y'all. Meta-owned Facebook Messenger has started notifying Android users that as of September 28th, SMS messages will no longer be available once their Messenger app is updated. Facebook Messenger has a large Android user base, and presumably some portion of those folks use the SMS MMS integration. With Meta already owning WhatsApp, Messenger, and Google pushing Android users to switch from SMS to RCS, SMS doesn't seem too top of mind for Meta these days. UK's Electoral Commission announced that voters... something about that RCS line is bugging me. Hold on. UK's Electoral Commission announced that voters' physical and email addresses were accessible to hostile actors. This makes me think of like an angry Daniel Day-Lewis. The commission discovered a breach in October and reported it to the Information Commissioner's Office and the National Crime Agency. It delayed notifying the public while it removed the actors' access to the system. Commission says the actors had access to the electoral register systems and email system, but it does not know conclusively what files had been accessed. The Las Vegas, Nevada City Council approved the Boring Company's plan to expand its tunnels in the area. The plan now calls for 81 stations and 68 miles of tunnel throughout Las Vegas and surrounding Clark County. A reminder, the Boring Company system moves passengers in Tesla vehicles through a system of tunnels underneath surface streets. Currently, the system includes 3 stations at the Las Vegas Convention Center and an offshoot open at Resorts World. That should have it, I think. I started the rest of this plan, but not yet scheduled. Is it Resort World or Resorts World? Resorts World. Okay. Bye, Clinton. All right. SIGGRAPH is happening this week, and NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang kicked off the concert with a keynote and a song. No. Here are some of the big announcements. A new AI chip, the GH200, GH for the legendary computer scientist Admiral Grace Hopper, uses the same GPU as the H100, but has 141 gigabytes of memory and 72 RAM. GH200's big advance will be in running inferencing fast. Inferencing is what models do when they generate something like answering a question or creating an image. Huang said this chip will drop the inference cost of large language models. 2 GH200 chips can also be combined to run as one. This means models would not need multiple systems to run. This is NVIDIA's answer to AMD's M1300X with 192 gigabytes of memory. That is also designed for inferencing. Also, AI Workbench for creating, testing, and customizing generative models on a workstation before deploying them to a data center. Available models include Hugging Face and GitHub. It's meant to speed up customization, pulls in cloud resources when necessary. NVIDIA is also partnering with Hugging Face for training cluster as a service powered by NVIDIA's DGX Cloud and Hugging Face's training models and datasets. NVIDIA has 80% of the AI chip market share. Gartner suggests that close to 85% of big data fail due in part to infrastructural roadblocks. AI Workbench competing with startups like Fixie, Reka, and together aim to make it easier for companies and individuals to build customized models. Postdoc researcher in ergonomics at USC, Alexis Souchet, has an article on the conversation called Virtual Reality Has Negative Side Effects. New research shows that can be a problem in the workplace. Some of the negative signs you might expect include headaches, eye strain, and neck pain, things you get from a computer monitor now if you're not careful. But some that are more specific to VR include dizziness, nausea, and muscle fatigue. Scientists have some ideas for how you can reduce the problems if you decide to use a headset as your monitor for work. These include taking regular breaks from the headset, limiting immersion to 20 to 30-minute increments, and, stop using them if you feel sick. There are a lot of guidelines for a lot of different possibilities, and there's no clear consensus about what exactly they should be. So more research is needed to know which risks are greatest and which methods are most effective at dealing with them. Long-term studies are just beginning. If you're just joining us, I'm cleaning up the document before today's DTNS. So the reason I'm plowing through so fast. Just looking for typos. On Monday's extended show, we talked a lot about AI and copyright in relation to Dungeons and Dragons, stating clearly it would not support its artists using AI-related tools. We suspect it might be in large part because the issues of intellectual property with generated works of art are at best unclear. Well, there's a couple of stories that bear directly on that today. First, the good news. OpenAI announced its GPT bot, which will crawl the web like a search index does and filter out paywall restricted sources. Paywall restricted sources. filter out paywall restricted sources, as well as sources that violate OpenAI policies and sources that gather personally identifiable information. OpenAI hopes other websites will let it crawl their sites in order to make its products like ChatGPT work better. But if a website doesn't want to participate, it can disallow GPT-bot in its robots.txt file, just like sites can. To stop being indexed for search. Sites can even customize directories to allow GPT-bot access to some, but not all of its sites. That's all good news, but a lot of folks still wonder if OpenAI has the right to use web information for training at all, even if sites have left it open to be crawled, which leads us to our next story. First, there's a lot of abuse of AI going on out there. One recent example is author Jane Friedman, who discovered that someone was selling generated text under her name on Amazon. It took this story going viral to get Amazon to remove them. Benji Smith launched Prosecraft in 2017. It had scanned more than 27,000 books and used an algorithm to rank them by various statistics, including word count, passive voice, percentage of adverbs, and a measure called vividness. Only sections of books shown were the most passive and most vivid page. Benji Smith, who created Prosecraft, thought it was a useful tool for new authors to upload and compare their own work, a way to improve their writing. It was incorporated into the Shakespeare word processor application into his, so writers could use it on works in progress. Smith said because he only published small pieces of text alongside summary statistics, he believed he was making a fair use of the texts and did not need permission. And then Monday, the internet noticed and backlash commenced, at which point Smith removed Prosecraft and said, "Your feelings are legitimate, and I hope you'll accept my sincerest apologies." He noted that Prosecraft never made money and that he has never taken VC money for Shakespeare, instead working other jobs to pay his bills. He finished, "I would love to rebuild this library with the consent of authors and publishers. I truly believe these tools are useful for creative people, but now is not the right time. I understand, and I'm sorry." Smith's algorithm was not generative AI, and no one noticed Prosecraft for 6 years. But the sensitivity to such things has been ratcheted up by situations like Friedman's. Did Smith deserve the ire? What do you think? Did Smith deserve the ire? Should I use a word like ire? EVO 2023 took place in Las Vegas for the weekend. If you're not familiar, it's the biggest fighting game event of the year and a big deal for esports fans, also run by Sony. However, some of the competitors' PlayStation 5s running all the games through various matches were melting their controller connectors, like literally so hot they fried their USB adapters. A handful of posts on X and Reddit lamented similar heat issues. PS5 only has one USB port on the front of the console with two more in the back next to the heat exhaust. Some players say even the connectors seemed too hot. Morning, PC Milesy. Thank you, Zoe. USB ports are melting like crazy. Let's see this picture. Wow. Broke my junk food cable right there. All right. Coffee time. Let's check out the mailbag. You can also catch the show live Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Blah, 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 blah. Casey Newton wrote an article on his platform newsletter called "It's Time to Change How We Cover Elon Musk." There's a bit in there about the rhetoric between Musk and Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg about how some kind of physical fight started as a joke, but it seems to be not a joke at all. CEOs normally say things they mean. However, Musk says things that don't come to pass. Regarding Musk's statement, really, maybe okay. Ooh, good morning, PC Milesy. We'll be back tomorrow with Scott Johnson. Jot Sconson. Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Wait, why is someone on Sword and Laser out replying? What are you saying? What are you saying over there? Oh, got a poster. Nice. Yay. All right. I think Sarah Lane was asking me something. Title capitalization. Well, I'll do this in the screen cap. No, that's not the right. All right, so we realized we don't have Is this working? This doesn't seem to be working. It's not changing it. Well, this isn't really working. AP style. All right. I'm picking a style. I'm getting stylish. There's the style guide. All right, done. What else is up? If you had to go work for a broadcast company, would you prefer to be a producer or the anchorman? Why not both? Most anchors are also producers because they do a lot of writing and segment selection. But yeah, I'd probably be the anchor. I'd probably want to be an anchor. It is 82 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Exactly, Howard. Why not both? Now, if some of you are saying, who is he talking to? I don't see this person in chat. There's two chats. There's a YouTube chat and a Twitch chat going on at the same time. That's one of the nice things about StreamYard is I see both. I have a phone call with Molly Wood today. Talk podcast stuff. Doing the show. Planning the class on Thursday. Very nervous about that, to be honest. I should probably get to work on that. Hey, thanks, Omega Man. Appreciate you. We do our best. Howard with a foot in both worlds. Look at you. It's a busy week. I have that call, and then Eileen and I are going to a concert tonight. Then tomorrow, I'm doing my practice run through of the class. It's a thing, and Sword and Laser, along with DTNS. Thursday, Daily Tech headlines, and then a doctor's appointment, and then how to make a great podcast. I am, Ryan. As a matter of fact, I am. I'm a tourist, though. I know songs, but I'm not like huge fan, so I'll just be soaking up the vibes. That's all right, Howard. We'll do it again. Don't fret. Sorry you can't make it too. Like a scary mask, Technomesh, like Ghostface. That was actually my big joke during COVID, when there were mask mandates. Like, not that I wouldn't have actually worn an N95 or whatever, but to wear, Halloween masks on top of it. Don't actively fret. Did your niece enjoy the concert, Ryan? Ooh, cyberpunk mask. Yeah, I could get one of those Razer ones. Good to know. Good to know, Ryan. That's a positive review. I have my homework to do too. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do that after my call with Molly. I'll try to squeeze it in. All that matters is the kids. It's your kids, Marty. Wouldn't it have been great if Marlon Brando had played the Doctor in Back to the Future? It's your kids, Marty. Do you let Twitch subscribers into the Discord? No, Discord's linked directly to Patreon. So it's just automatic. If you're a patron, it lets you in. If you're not, it doesn't. There's no easy way to connect Twitch to Discord membership. Membership has its benefits. Thanks, Nightbot. Well, I got to do our DTNS production meeting. So I just wanted to sneak in here briefly and say, hey. Well, Killbot, if you find a way to do the direct link of like membership to Discord, let me know, because I wouldn't mind doing it. I just never saw an easy way to link them up so that it's automatic. I mean, Technomensch is not wrong, although it may read a little bluntly the way it's written there. But yeah, I mean, and I don't expect you to do the research, just if you do happen across it. Yeah, if you do, I'll take a look around again too. I just didn't see anything like that. What I wanted was automatic. There are people who just go through and manually, if they update their audiences, but I needed something that would just do it on its own. Yeah, PC Mousy, that's great. If I can find an automatic way to connect it, I'll totally do that. Be into that. All righty. Well, thanks everybody. I'm gonna go do a production meeting, and thank you, Killbot, for the nudge. I'll take a second look at that. Maybe it's something that's come along since the last time I looked. Until an hour from now, on twitch.tv/gooddayinternet. Bye, everybody.